Welcome to Advanced Chemistry classes. So today we are going to solve what? We are going to solve the previous year questions based on the chapter called as a coordination chemistry. So coordination chemistry segment in the previous year, like 2010, 11, 12 question paper nalli coordination chemistry chapter inda yav reetiyagi questions bandide. Let us try to solve today. Okay, so the first question from 2010 is they are giving us the what? Write the IUPAC name of a given complex. So they have given the complex there. What you need to do, you just need to write the what? IUPAC naming. So in order to write the IUPAC naming, we are having some set of rules. Namage enide one ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ rules ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. In order to what? In order to name a coordination compound. See, remember one thing, IUPAC naming is very important, be it from what? Organic chemistry or with respect to what? Inorganic chemistry. So you will get 2 or 3 questions based on what? IUPAC naming itself in KCET. So idu prati sala ಕೇಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ IUPAC naming anna. So here what they are asking, they are just asking us to do what? IUPAC naming for a complex they are doing. So which complex they have given? See here, K2 Ni CN4 they have given. Okay, K2 Ni CN4 they have given. Very simple it is. What we need to do, the first thing to do in order to apply the IUPAC naming is what? We need to differentiate the cationic part and the anionic part. Here the potassium is what? It's a cationic part. It is a cationic part, while the complex ion is what? This is the anionic part. Anionic part. We all know that according to IUPAC rules, always try to name the what? The given coordination complex from left to right. Remember this one. Always you need to go in this fashion only, left to right. So here the cationic part is what? K2. The cationic part is K2. So here either it will be K2, K3, K4. The cationic part is termed as what? With the help of same name only. There is nothing modification is done. That is, if it is K2, it is a potassium. If it is K3 also potassium. If it is K4, it is also called as what? Potassium itself. So the cationic part name is what here? Potassium. It is a potassium. So while writing the IUPAC name, so there should be some gap. There should be a small gap between the naming of the cationic part and the anionic part. So let us give some space here. Okay, now we will try to focus on the what? The anionic part here. The anionic part. So the first thing should be named in the what? Anionic part is about the ligand. So the first thing should be named in the anionic part is we need to focus on the ligand first. So here the ligand is what? Cn minus. So the ligand is what? Cn minus. So which ligand it is? Cyanide. It's a cyanide ligand. Okay, Cn minus. So how many cyanide ligands are there? 4. That means if it is 1, mono. If it is 2, it is what? Di. If it is 3, it is tri. If it is 4, it is a tetra. So tetra. See here, now we need to name the what? The ligand here. Now we need to name the ligand. But here, if the ligand is present in the anionic part, if the ligand is, remember one thing, this is very important, okay? If the ligand is present in the anionic part, it will be modified to what? Cyano or cyanido. Cyanido. So the E is replaced by what? IDE is replaced by IDO. Always remember, if the ligand is present in anionic part, the name of the ligand is modified. The name of the ligand is what? Modified to from IDE to IDO. If it is a chloride, it will be converted as what? Chlorido. If it is fluoride, it is converted to fluorido. If it is cyanide, it is converted to what? Cyanido. And also we use what? Cyano. So here, try to see here. Everything is given as cyanato, cyno, cyanato and cyno. So now it is very clear. What is the name here? If you see the options here, no one is having what? The cyanido. That means we are going with cyno here. That is also a right one. So there is a case here. Either use cyanido, you need to focus on the options here. Okay, so cyno is there. Okay, that's the right answer. The cyanido can be also written as what? Cyno. We use both here for cyanide. Remember one thing. Okay, tetra cyno. Now come to where? Nickel. See here. any metal, here also a small modification is done. If the metal is present in an ionic part, if the metal is present in where? In an ionic part, it is named as what? Metallate. Metallate. ATE. It ends with what? ATE. See here. Nickel is present in an ionic part, so nickel is converted to nickelate. Nickel is converted to nickelate. Nickel is converted to what? Nickelate. Very simple. So we are having some set of rules in which anionic part ನಲ್ಲಿ anionic part ನಲ್ಲಿ ligands ಇದ್ರೆ modify ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, metals ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? Modify ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. But when it is in the case of cationic part, there won't be what? Any modification. So the modification is done only when the ligand as well as metal is present in where? In an ionic part. So now the name becomes what? Potassium. A small gap will be there between the cationic part and the anionic part. Tetracyanonickelate. Tetracyanonickelate. Now we need to find what? Oxidation state. We need to find out the oxidation state. Let us try to find out the oxidation state here. K2 Ni CN4 is there. How? See here. K2. 2 potassium is there. Each potassium is what? K plus. That means 2 potassium means it will have a charge of +1. So 2 into +1 plus. We don't know the what? The oxidation state of X plus 4 Cn minus ligand is there. Each Cn has a capacity to donate what? Each Cn is carrying a -1 charge. It will donate what? A lone pair of electron. A lone pair of electron. Okay, is equal to 0. So if you solve here, 2 plus x minus 4 is equal to 0. So we'll end up with what? X is equal to +2. The x is equal to what? +2. That means the nickel is present in which state? It is present in +2 state. See here. Nickelate 2. Nickelate 2. Now this is the right answer. That is potassium tetracyanonickelate 2 is the right answer. So when you can answer this type of simple questions, when you know the IUPAC naming. So for that reason, the first thing is cationic part and anionic part. If the metal, central metal atom and the ligand are present in the anionic part, just go for some modification. Just go for some modification. That's the easy thing here. So the name is what? Potassium tetracyanonickelate 2. What is the answer here? The first answer is tetracyanato. So see here, the name itself is, you can just try to eliminate here with the help of just seeing the things, because if you know that it is present in the anionic part, we know that cyano is, the Cn minus is always given with the help of what? Cyanido or cyno. So cynato. See here, this is also having a cynato option. This will be what? Eliminated here. Now the only thing is here, either B or C. Either B or C. That is potassium tetracyanonickel and potassium the B option is a potassium tetracyanonickelate 2 and the C option is a potassium tetracyanonickel 3. See here, we got the oxidation state +2. Okay, and even the nickel will be called as what? Nickelate. Why? Because the metal is present in the anionic part. So even the C option will also cancelled out here. The right answer is what? The B. B is the right answer here. Very simple question it is. If you know the IUPAC rules, you can easily what? Name the coordination compound. So let us go for the next question here. What is the next question? That is, try to find out the spin only magnetic moment of Mn+4 ion is nearly. So what they are asking? They are asking us to find out the spin only magnetic moment for the given metal ion here. Mn+4 is the metal ion where we need to find out the magnetic moment of this Mn+4. Very simple thing, sir. See, ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಸಲ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಂಥ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳೋರು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್? ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, Mn+4 we have a what? Formula mu is equal to square root of n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton. This is the formula. Square root of n into n plus 2. That is, the magnetic moment is given with the help of unit called as what? Bohr magneton. See here, what is n here? N is nothing but the number of unpaired electron. Number of what? Unpaired electrons. N is nothing but the number of unpaired electrons. Now let us try to focus on Mn here. So Mn, okay, Mn. What is the atomic number of Mn? Anyone? Okay, what is the atomic number of Mn here? Mn is nothing but the what? Manganese. That is 24. 24. Sorry, 25 it is. Mn is what? 25, not 24, it is 25. Okay, let us try to see here. Mn plus 4. So what is the electronic configuration here for Mn? That is argon 4s2 3d5, 4s2 and 3d5. Now Mn, the given Mn is present in which state? Plus 4 state. That means the 4 electron has been lost by the Mn here. That what will be the electronic configuration? Argon 4s0 3d3. 3d what? 3, because 2 electrons from S and 2 electrons from D has been given out by the Mn here in order to have a state called as Mn plus 4 state. See here, for argon, it is completely filled things. If you try to see the 3d here, if you try to see the 3d, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. See, if you try to see the 3d shell here, what it is having? 3 electrons, 1, 2, 3. Okay, remaining all the shells are what? Completely filled. So in Mn plus 4 state, it is carrying how many unpaired electrons? 3 unpaired electrons. ನೋಡಿ, 3 unpaired electrons ಇದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? So here n is equal to what? Number of unpaired electrons. So here n is equal to what? 3. Therefore mu is equal to square root of 3 into 3 plus 2. So what will be the answer? Square root of 3 into 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, if you try to see here, 3 5s are 15. So the answer is mu is equal to root 15. See here, root 15 Bohr magneton. The answer is root 15 Bohr magneton. See here, so you need to go for the approximation here. Approximation ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ, very simple. So root 9 is what? Root 9 is 3. In the same way, root 16 is 4. Root 9 is 3. Root 16 is what? 4. So if you are having root 15 and very simple thing, so root 16 is 4. The next number itself, it is having a what? The square root for what? 4. And root 15 is very near to what? It is very near to 4. And I think it may be what? 3.8 or 3.7 ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ if you go for what? Root 15. So the one thing is they are asking what? Which is nearly. See the word here, nearly. That means root 15 is for 4. Sorry, root 16 is for 4. That means root 15 is very near to what? The 4. So the right answer is D. That is 4 Bohr magneton. So approximation you can do, you will get the answer what? 4 Bohr magneton. So these were the 2 questions from 2010. Let us try to go for the what? Another one. That is what? Again the same thing. See here how it is repeated. Okay, the spin only magnetic momentum for which ion they are asking? Fe plus 2 ion. Same way you can solve. Okay, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ, mu is equal to square root of n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton. See here, where it is? Fe plus 2. Okay, Fe plus 2. See here, what is the atomic number of Fe? That is 26. Z is equal to what? 26. That is argon 4s2 3d6. But F is present in what? Plus 2 state. This for the F, and here the given thing is Fe plus 2. That is Fe has lost 2 electrons here. That means the electronic configuration becomes argon 4s0 3d6 itself. 3d6. So if you try to see the d orbital here, 1 2 3 4, d is having what? 6 electrons. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So this is the electronic configuration here, completely filled. Electronic configuration is there. The last orbit is 3d. If you try to find out here, so there are about 4 unpaired electrons. Therefore number of unpaired becomes what? 4. So mu is equal to square root of 4 into 4 plus 2. That is square root of 4 into 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 plus 2 is what? 6. Okay, so if you try to find out here, okay, approximation. See here also approximation is there. Okay, 6 4s are 6 4s are 6 1s are 6, 6 2s are what? 12, 6 3 8 18 and 6 4 is 24. 24. See here, square root of 25 is what? Square root of 25 is 5. That is a 5 square is 25. So square root of 24 is very near to what? The 5 here. So the right answer is what? The C. That is C here. Root of 24 is very near to what? 5. Because the next number itself, the 25 belongs to the square root of what? 5. So on that note, 24 root of 24 is near to what? 5. So here the right answer is what? The 5 Bohr magneton. This is how you should approximate here. Approximation tumba easy illi madodu. Okay. And the next question, see here. What they are asking? Again they are asking about the what? The IUPAC naming here. See here. One the IUPAC naming. See the strategy here. 2010 nallu kuda same concept, same question. See here. So they are given another example for what? We need to find out the cobalt NH3 taken 4 times Cl2 Cl. See here. Very simple here also. So always go from where to where? Always go from left to right side. And next thing is you need to find out the cationic part and the anionic part. ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ Cl ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? It is present in Cl minus, this is plus. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ this part is what? This part is a cationic part. It's a cationic part, while the Cl is what? It's a anionic part. Cationic part and the anionic part. Okay. So always go name from left to right. So let us try to find out the name of the cationic part here. So if it is an anionic part, we need to do some modification. See here. Next thing is how many ligands are there here? So there are 2 types of ligand. One is the neutral ligand ammonia and what? An ionic ligand chlorine is there. That is chloride is there. So see here, the name should be given for what? So when it comes to a complex, first name the ligand, then go for the central metal atom or the ion. So in order to name the ligand, here 2 different type of ligand is there. So you need to go for the what? The alphabetical order. So this is a amine. This is what? The chloride. Amine and chloride. So what we need to go here? So we need to go with what? Alphabetical order. That means amine starts from A, but the chloride starts from C. So you need to first name what? The amine here. So don't go with the numbers here. Tetra di, sir, it starts from tetra T and chlorine starts from what? D. Okay. So D first we need to name the D here. So that is not the case here. The thing is what? The alphabetical order only maintained for the what? Not for the number of the ligand. It has to maintain for the name of the ligand. Here the name of the ligand is amine A and chloride is what? For chloride it is C. So the number doesn't matter here. How many number of ligands are present. The only thing which matters here is the alphabetical order. So the first rank goes to what? Amine, because it starts from A. So how many amine are there? 4. That means tetraamine. Next rank goes to where? Next rank goes to the chloride here. So how many chloride is there? Dichloro. See here. Okay, dichloro. How many chloride is there? It is chloro. That is dichloro. Here the Cl2 is called as what? Chloro. When it comes to cationic part, it is called as what? Chloro. If it is the same, if it was present in where? If it was present in an ionic part, it should have mentioned as chlorido. Chloro for cationic part, chlorido for what? For the anionic part. So chloride is represented as what? Chloro. So tetraamine dichloro. Now name the what? The cobalt here. Now name the central metal atom or the ion. Since the metal is present in cationic part, the name is not modified. Cobalt. Okay. Cobalt ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Cobaltate ಬರಿಬಾರ್ದು. ಯಾಕೆ? Because it is present in where? It is present in cationic part. Anionic part ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ cobaltate ಅಂತ ಬರಿತಿದ್ವಿ. But here the cobalt is present in where? In cationic part. The central metal atom or the ion names remains as such only. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ modify ಮಾಡಬಾರದು. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ tetraamine dichloro cobalt. Now try to find out the oxygen state here. Oxygen state is what? See here. X. So the first thing is what? X. We don't know the oxygen state of cobalt here. And 4 amine ligands are there. Amine is what? The ammonia. It is a neutral ligand. That means the charge is 0 plus 2 Cl is that means each Cl carries what? -1 charge. And ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ sir? ಒಂದು Cl. That means 1 into -1 is equal to 0. If you try to solve for x is equal to what? X minus 2 minus 1 is equal to 0, and if you try to solve x is equal to plus 3, you will get x is equal to plus 3. That means cobalt is present in what? Plus 3 state, cobalt 3 state it is. Okay, and try to name the what? Anionic part. So anionic part is what? If it is present in Cl, if it is present Cl2, if it is present Cl3, the name is constant. It is what? Chloride group. It is what? Chloride. A small gap should be given here, a small space should be given here in between the cationic part and the anionic part. So the name is what? So the name is tetraamine dichlorocobalt 3 chloride. So if you try to see here, the first option is what? Dichloro. The option is wrong. Why, sir? Because if you try to see the alphabetical order here, amines would be what? It will come first when it compared to what? The chloro here. Okay, first option has been eliminated. Second thing is what? Tetraamine dichlorocobalt 3 chloride. Yes, this is the right answer. That is what? Tetraamine dichlorocobalt 3 chloride. If you try to see here, option C, they have given what? The cobalt in plus 2 state. So that's why it is wrong. In the same way, they have given what? Plus 4 state. So we found out that the cobalt is present in where? Plus 3 state. So the answer is tetraamine dichlorocobalt 3 chloride. Very simple thing. Okay. Okay, now let us try to solve another example here. Okay, what they are asking here in 2012 question, see here, the new concept they have asked in 2012, that is EAN here, effective atomic number you need to find out. See here, the atomic number of cobalt. So cobalt they have given, that is atomic number they are given. Okay, that is Z is equal to what? 27. They have given the answer what? 27. Now what they want? They need to find out the EAN for cobalt. You need to find what they are asking, the effective atomic number of cobalt in the given complex. The complex is Na3 cobalt, nitro group is there, NO2 4 times, and Cl2 is there. Okay, sir, fine, sir. Okay, as we all know, EAN rule, that is effective atomic number. That means a central metal atom or ion will accept the electron from the ligands. ಇದೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದೆ ಹೌದಾ? Central metal atom or the ion, what it will do? It will accept the electron from the ligand. So here the EAN rule suggests that ಇಲ್ಲಿ EAN rule ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, the central metal atom or the ion will accept the electrons such that the total number of electrons with the, see here, ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ accept ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ electrons ಅನ್ನ, ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the total number of the electrons with the central metal atom or the ion is near to the what? The nearest noble gases atomic number. So central metal atom or ion in ಹತ್ರ ನಿಯರ್ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಏನು ನೋಬಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸಿನ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟು central metal atom or the ion can accept the electron. Remember one thing. Okay, see here, very simple thing. Effective atomic number means what? It says that the central metal atom or the ion will accept the electron from the ligand. So the capacity to accept the electrons from the ligand is that it is nearly equal to what? It is nearly equal to the nearest noble gas in a atomic number. So the nearest noble gas atomic number. So for example, see here, cobalt is there. Okay, cobalt. So the nearest noble gas for the cobalt is what? Krypton, that is 36. So the cobalt can accept, the cobalt can have how many electrons with it? The cobalt can have 36 electrons with it. So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ 36 electrons ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು? cobalt. That is its effective, that is what it is, effective atomic number. So for each complex, if they are near to the nearest noble gas, if the total number of electrons within the central metal atom or ion, if it is near to the nearest noble gas atomic number, then that type of complex we call it as what? Stable complex. So ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಲ central metal atom ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? Cobalt may carry what? 33, or cobalt may have what? 32 electrons in it. So it is somewhat far away from the nearest noble gas. That means the complex in which the cobalt is having 32 electrons with it is somewhat less stable when compared to the complex in which the cobalt is having 33 electrons, and this is highly unstable when you compare to what? The cobalt which is having 34 electrons in it. And if the cobalt carries 36 electrons in a coordination complex, that means that complex is highly stable. So in order to explain this, we need to find out what? Whether the given complex is stable or not. ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋಂಥ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಹೌದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಸ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ದಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ದಿ effective atomic number. See here, very simple thing. Now they have given the complex. Here they have given the complex. We need to find out what effective atomic number, that is EAN. Effective atomic number is given with the help of what? With a formula that is Z minus X plus the coordination number into what? 2. See here. Here Z means atomic number of the central metal atom or the ion. X means the what? Oxidation state. Here the coordination number is nothing but your total number of ligands, that is a total number of ligands multiplied by denticity, multiplied by the what? The denticity, monodentate, didentate, tridentate, like that, into 2 here. Okay, see, now let us try to solve the what? We will try to apply the what? The EAN for the given complex here. So the given complex, the EAN is equal to the atomic number of the central metal atom is what? Cobalt. Yes, they have given, that is 27 minus the oxygen state of cobalt in the given complex. We need to find here. Okay, see here, sodium 3 is there, so 3 into each sodium will have what? Charge +1 plus cobalt, yes, we don't know sir, X plus nitro, that is what? It's a monodentate, that is a 4 into -1, NO2 minus, it carries a -1 charge, plus 2 into Cl minus, here also each Cl carries -1 charge, is equal to 0, that is 3 plus X minus 4 minus 2 is equal to 0, that means X plus 3 plus X minus 4 minus 2 is -6 is equal to 0, so for X is equal to +3 you will get. X is equal to +3, that for the X value is what? 3 here, 27 minus 3 plus total number of ligand. So here the total number of ligand is what? The 4 ligands are of nitro and the 2 ligands are from the chloro here. Okay, see here, chloro means what? Here it is present in anionic part, so it is called chlorido. Okay, this is nitro is called as what? Nitrito. So simple. So IUPAC naming ಕಲಿಲೇಬೇಕು ನೀವು in order to what? In order to, for example, ಇದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅವರು ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಇದರ ನೇಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ, so that is how you need to apply the things here. ಬರೀ EN ಕೇಳಿದಾರೆ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, you need to find out the name also here. Okay, let us try to find out the EN here. Coordination number ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ 4 plus 2, that is what? 6 and denticity, both are monodentate here, that is 1 into 2. So answer will be what? 27 minus 3 is 24 plus 6 into 1, that is 6, that is into 2, that is 6 2s are 12, that is 24 plus 12, 4 plus 2 is 6, 2 plus 1 is 36. So the effective, so here the effective atomic number of cobalt in the given complex is what? 36. See here, 36 is there, that is the right answer. Very simple thing sir. EN is equal to atomic number minus oxygen state plus coordination number into denticity into 2. So denticity, so this whole term is called into 2. Finally you need to multiply with the 2 here. Here 6 ligands are there, 4 from nitro, 2 from chloro, that means 6 is there, and both these two are what? Monodentate, that means 1 into 2, denticity is 1 here, so the answer is what? 36. So option C is the right answer. And when it comes to 2012, another question based on the what? The spin only magnetic momentum. See, ಮತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ, here in order to prepare for the KCET one should know that ಈ questions ಬರುವಂತ chances ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 99% ಇದೆ. Why? Because the same thing will be asked again and again. Okay, yes, see here, now they are asking you what? The spin only magnetic momentum for nickel, which is there in +2 state. Okay, so nickel is having what? Atomic number 28. Okay, they have given atomic number is 28, that is argon 4s2 3d8, but the given thing is what? The complex nalli nickel is present in +2 state. Okay, 2 electron has been lost here, that means argon 4s0 3d8, the outer electronic configuration if you see here 1 2 3 4, okay, 8 electrons are there in 3d, that means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Okay, see here, we know that the magnetic momentum is given by mu is equal to square root of n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton. ಇದಂತ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಹೌದಾ? Here, yeah, what is n here? N is the number of unpaired electrons. Here the number of unpaired electrons is what? 2. ಎರಡು unpaired electrons ಇದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? So because that means mu becomes what? 2 into 2 plus 2 Bohr magneton, that is 2 into 4 Bohr magneton, that is 4 2s are 8, that is root 8 Bohr magneton. So you can write it as what? 4 into 2, that is 2 root 2 Bohr magneton. If the option is having what? Root 8, then it is right answer. Where it is S. The option D is what? Right answer. Root 8 Bohr magneton. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಲ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. That is what? Root 4 is taken out as what? 2. Okay, square root of 4 is 2. So 2 root 2 Bohr magneton. So this is how the questions are asked in the what? 2010, 11 and 12. Simple questions ಇದೆ. Okay, simple thing is there. See here, the spin only magnetic momentum 1 question is there, another question is there, another question is there. That means from 2010, 11 and 12, if you try to see the what analysis, the spin only magnetic momentum find out ಮಾಡೋದು ಏನಿದೆ repeat ಆಗಿದೆ, and along with that IUPAC naming also has been repeated, and the very fresh question is what? You have to find the effective atomic number. So let us try to see the what remaining 3-year question paper. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ question ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, what are the concept which has been introduced, or ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಯಾವ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಎಷ್ಟು ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಹೌ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ದಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಅಪ್ಕಮಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ 2013, 14 and 15 in the next part. Okay, so if you want to have what in detail about the CAN or IUPAC naming ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ we can do. Okay, let us try to see in the future. Okay, now let us try to focus on the what we will try to focus on the to solve the previous year questions. So ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ just give the what, write down in the comment. Okay, if you want a separate video on how to find the what the oxygen state, or to find out the EAN, or to how to name the what the coordination compound, so it is separate on the small crash course or ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ you just comment it on. In the next video we will try to solve what, we will try to solve the next 3-year question paper, that is 13, 14 and 15. Okay, thank you.